Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a requested video. I have been requested to do a comparison between my Speedy B 30 and my Petit Noe in the NM model. First off, I'm gonna say that I love both of them, and I think that my Petit Noe is quickly becoming one of my very favorite bags. I loved it when I had the vintage, and the new model to me is literally just as good. Like, I had so many concerns before I bought it about the bottom being so structured and maybe it would sit different or the quality, but I'm not feeling a problem whatsoever now that I have it. I mean, the quality I won't know for a little while, but as far as, you know, the way it feels and everything versus my vintage, I love it. So anyway, so let me get into the comparison, and I do have a few questions that I was asked that I'm going to answer as well. Okay, so first off, here is my Petit Noe, and I'm going to do a full review on the new one. I'm not happy with my one that I did on my vintage a long time ago, so I'm going to do one on this one. This probably might be my next video. So anyway, so I don't want to go over it too much. But this is the new model versus the Petite versus the Speedy B 30. I don't have the strap on right now just so I can show you a little bit easier. Okay, so as far as they go, I pretty much think that they can hold the same amount of stuff. That was the first question, was which one can hold more. I feel like they can hold the same amount. So this is what they look like pretty much compared to each other. Wow, the width is pretty much the same. I didn't realize that before. Let's see if I can hold them up. Yeah, ooh, look at the patina difference too. Yeah, so the width is pretty much the same. I guess that would be the depth really on this one. And the width would be this way. But with it this way, this is what they're like. The Speedy is definitely wider. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's definitely wider. Let me compare it right there. It's definitely wider by like a few inches. Maybe like 2.5. But to me, somehow this doesn't make a difference. And I think it's because of the height. Okay, so first off, I'm going to show you a regular iPad. This is the original size iPad. Oh, you know what? Let me, the next question will make sense. Which is easier to get into? Okay, so I was gonna kind of show it by showing you the iPads. I know everyone might not have an iPad, but you might have something similar. So we have the regular one and we have a mini iPad. So putting them both in my Speedy B first. So here's the Speedy B, and let's see if we put the zipper out. So if it's just sitting like that, it doesn't go straight in really. You have to put it in like that first, and it will fit in there standing straight up. It is literally standing straight up and in there. So, and then with it on its side, it fits in there perfect, of course, with lots and lots of room to spare. So then I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to put it in my Petit Noe. Let me take some of my junk out first. That might be a little bit easier to show. And I didn't do the What's in My Bag Wednesday this week because I was pretty sick. And look, I had a breakout on my face. It was just disgusting. So I couldn't do it. So, okay. So if you were going to carry the, oops, I turned on my daughter's game. The original iPad in the Noe, let me get this on here. It does fit. So that was straight down in there. Oh, and it's lighting it up too. So it fits in there perfect. So that is with the original iPad. Now as far as sideways, this is not going to fit in here sideways. It is about almost like ½ an inch bigger, so it's not going to fit in this way. But really, if you're going to carry it and you were to put it in here like this, I mean, that's perfect. So, I mean, that's how I'd carry it if I was going to carry it in there. But it does fit, and it's really easy to get in there. The next one is going to be the iPad mini. So putting it in long ways, of course it goes in perfect. I mean, the regular size did. And then putting it in sideways, you can put it in there as well. And it fits. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. Let me turn it on actually so then maybe you'll be able to see. While my husband's playing a game, that's his iPad. So you can kind of see it in there maybe a little bit, just a little bit, not really, but it fits perfect, like no issues. I've still got a ton of junk in this purse and it fits perfect. So now putting this, I don't want to mess up his game, I guess. How do you turn this thing off? Okay. So he has a newer version than I do. I have the iPad mini, I have the original or the second version, I don't know, but he has the newest one. So his is a different button. Okay, so here is in the Speedy B. Of course it goes in perfect. You don't have to worry about the mouth, and then it does go in like this, of course. So they both fit in there perfect. Something to consider between the Petit Noe and the Speedy B, or the original Speedy the Classic. The iPad, the regular size might go in a regular Speedy 30 fine, like downwards without having to turn it and then put it in, versus going in the Speedy B because of the 2 zippers. So, you know, they have the 2 zipper pulls, and then the Classic only has 1, so you wouldn't have this extra space, so you might actually be able to stick it straight down. So, okay, her next question was, which is lighter and which is heavier? Okay, so I feel like empty, they feel pretty darn equal. If anything, the Noe might be slightly heavier, but when I say slightly, I mean I can't tell the difference. I think they're both so light that I don't know if you were to weigh them. I don't know, the Speedy B I guess would have to be lighter just because there's no vachetta on the bottom, but it's not really a big difference. So if you're going for the weight, I don't think that either one's a problem. They're both pretty much the exact same. Can you get an organizer for the Noe? Personally, I'm not 100% sure, but I know that fashionably Amy has the same one that I have. She has the new model, and if you watch her videos, she does, oh my gosh, she has a few videos on her Petit Noe that are really good, and I love them all. I know that she talks about putting her I think it's her Speedy B25. I think it's Speedy, I don't know, but either way, it's a Speedy 25, and she puts it into her Noe, and she says that it fits perfect. I personally don't have one for my 25, but I mean, if that would fit. Otherwise, I know that Samorga lets you give them, like you can send them emails and you can send them requests and you can tell them exactly the size that you want. So if you were to measure the inside, you could probably get an organizer to go in there. But I don't think that it needs one. And I say that, like, I'm not an organizer person. I know I have my Samorga for actually the Speedy B30, but I don't use it. The only time that I do use it is when I'm putting my bag away. So whenever I put it in the dust bag, I put the Samorga in there and I fill it up with, I have the strap, the crossbody strap in there. I've got my pochette accessories, or accessoire, however everyone wants to say it. And then I've got all that in my Samorga organizer, and then I've also got the bubble wrap. And I put it in there to keep the shape. Sounds really dumb, but that's what I do. But I'm not an organizer person, so I don't think that it needs one. And on top of that, I don't think that the Noe needs it because of the height. So an organizer is going to go to about right there. And if it goes to right there, you've still got this extra room. So, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. In my opinion, I think that the compartments make it to where things go down inside of it, and with it being down so short, if you have extra stuff, you'd be piling it on top anyway, and that kind of defeats the purpose of the organizer. So yeah, I mean, you could probably get one for it, but I personally wouldn't. Okay, so now another question, which one do I prefer? Okay, so this is actually a really hard question because the Speedy altogether is my favorite bag. But when you're talking about like interchanging the straps and everything on the Noe, it becomes a competition because I really love to carry them on the crook of my arm, and that clearly is how you carry the Speedy. Crook of your arm, but then you've got, you know, the strap so that you can do it crossbody, or you can just have the shoulder bag, and you have all those options. So obviously I think that the Speedy B is, the better choice, but if you have these options to put on the Noe, that's a whole game changer. So my options that I have, and I'm gonna include mod shots at the end, but for my Petit Noe, I've got the original strap that comes with it, which is this one, and I carry it on the shortest strap, and when I carry it, I pull these down like this. I don't know why I do that, that's just what I do. And then when I'm not using it, they tend to move up anyway. I pull these down and I set it like that, just so that whenever it has been worn for a while, these won't flip out. So anyway, so I've got that option, and when it is at the longest, it hits me a little bit further, but I'm more comfortable with it being, I think, as of right now, on the shortest setting. But my other options that I have for mine is I bought the strap for the Matisse Hobo. I have a video on this that I'll link down below. But and I put this on it. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I will show you whenever I do the mod shots. This goes on the Matisse Hobo, and it is the shorter strap that goes on there, but this makes it where I can carry it on the crook of my arm, which is the way that I love to carry it. But I can also carry it on my shoulder. I don't know why I'm doing that. That's just weird. But I can carry it on my shoulder too. And so if I ever need to just throw it on my shoulder, I can do that as well. But if you aren't, I'm not going to say I'm petite because I'm not petite, I'm just normal. But if you are a little bit heavier, this might not work for over your shoulder. It's definitely going to work for the crook of your arm. So if you love the Petit Noe, but you're like, I really like the crook of my arm, this would be really, really good. It just might not go over your shoulder. And these are $80. They are spare parts. So if you want to get one, you cannot order it online. You cannot just call the 800 number and get it. You have to go through a sales associate. And some will be assholes and will not get it for you. Some say you have to own the Matisse Hobo to order it. So if you can't get one order, I would keep calling around until you find one. I got it from the Austin store. They were really, really nice. They didn't even ask me if I had the Matisse Hobo, but I think I kind of, I don't want to say I lied, but I kind of did, because I called, and to be honest, the way that I got it was, no, I emailed, and I emailed the sales associate, and I said, I wanted to see how much it costs to get a replacement for my Matisse Hobo. I was like, I want a new strap for my Matisse Hobo. So yes, I kind of said that I had one. And she was like, oh, okay, the long one or short one. I was like, oh, the short one. And she was like, $80. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. Just like that. And she ordered it for me, no problem. It came within, they had ordered from the warehouse because it's a spare part. So I think I got it still in a week because they were really, really quick. But it's awesome. And my patina will be there soon. I'm excited. I'm waiting until this gets a little bit darker to put it on my bag. But then again, and also you can take this strap and put it on the Petit Noe. So I know that some people don't like the strap, and I don't really know why, because I think it's so comfortable. But for those that don't, if you have the option, if you already have a Speedy B, or if you don't, they sell, okay, I don't know what it's called on the Louis Vuitton website, but they sell straps. They sell additional straps. And there's one that is just like this. I don't know what it's called, but they have different lengths, I think. And they even have one that doesn't have this middle piece. And I still think it's just as long. You'd have to really look. But I think that they're kind of pricey, in my opinion. I think they're like $250, if I'm right. To me, that's a lot for a strap. But yeah, this fits on the Petit Noe perfect. I will also show this in the mod shots to show you what it looks like. I will do it crossbody, over the shoulder. Yeah, those are the only options. But I will show you what it looks like on the Petit Noe. I was also asked, I think I already answered this question, which one holds more, and I said that they hold about the same, and they really, really do. And the thing about the way you're going to pack them, though, is the Petit Noe, you're packing it on top. So things fit all across the bottom, but you're packing more on top whenever you're adding additional stuff. When you're putting stuff in the Speedy, it's pretty much going to go more to the sides. I don't know, I just love this bag. It's so beautiful. I love them both, like looking at both of them. So when she asked which one's easier to get into, everyone knows how easy the Speedy B is to get into. I mean, you just pretty much just open it. There it is. That's it. With the Petit Noe, I tie this on here, and I'm gonna link it. I'll link it down below again, how to tie this knot. So the hardest part about this knot, which is gonna go into which one's easier to get into. The hardest part whenever you get a new one versus a vintage, because you'll see in my video, whenever I am tying the knot on my vintage, I don't have any issues. Like, it's just like, bam, okay, she's done. That was easy. When I got this one, this was not as easy because these come super, super stiff. So I weaved it through or whatever, and I tied it, and it just kept coming undone. Like, this kept coming undone. And I felt like the hardest part really is to figure out how long you want these, because you want to see how wide you can open the bag, and you have to pick the perfect opening of how you like it. But my trick was, so I like to have the part that I pull on the top, and then, you know, the part that stays still on the bottom. But my trick was I would just come randomly and I would just keep tightening this. So I would tighten it and I would pull it like this. And because it kept coming undone. So now it's actually staying really well. Okay, so this is how tight I have it. I have it so whenever I have it as tight as it'll go, it looks like that and it closes like that. I don't always close like that. I usually leave it about right here. So it looks like that and it is like that. And that is because I want to be able to reach in and fish for whatever I'm looking for whenever I'm in the car or I'm checking out. But the biggest that I have it where it opens, and the reason I tie these little knots at the end is so that whenever my knot is at the loosest, it's not going to come undone. But I have it pretty much like this. So that is the widest mine is going to open, which I'm thinking of loosening it up a little bit more because I feel like maybe I can't get into it well enough. But anyway, so when you carry it, it just flops like that. You can leave it at the loosest and it's just fine. So I think it's really easy to get into. I wish that it did have a pocket or something, and that's going to be a downfall if you're comparing the two. That the Petit Noe has no pocket. It only has the D-ring. I know that the Speedy has the one pocket, but that pocket to me does a lot because I sometimes would put my pocket organizer in there. So this thing, I just got a little receipt hanging out from Target, but I would put this in the pocket. And it fits perfect right there. And then, you know, the your iPhone fits in there perfect. Of course, if you don't have the plus, if you have the plus, it's not gonna fit. But I just have the regular 7 specifically, so it'll fit my Speedy. Like, how dumb is that? But that's so how I am. So anyway, that's pretty much the difference. My comparison. I don't know that that's not the best comparison, but that's the best that I can think of. They're just both such good bags. I can't say which one I feel like is better because they have such, like, they're both just so good. I love them both. I love that the Petit Noe is just this bucket and you just throw it over your shoulder and go. But the Speedy also is like, it's kind of like its own bucket just with a zipper on it. So it's gonna kind of be your preference. If you don't have the strap options and, you know, maybe you want a zipper, you'll go with the Speedy. And the Speedy has all those options. Or if you don't need a zipper, you can go with the Petit Noe and Espen. And you can order the other things if you can. I mean, $80 isn't that much for the strap, and I totally think it's worth it because it gives you that extra option on how you want to carry it. I did try putting that strap on there with the regular strap, you know, in case like maybe you want to switch it on. I don't like it. It's shit. It does not work. Don't even think you're gonna put both of those straps on there. It's just no. And plus, if you wanted to just carry the strap with you in your purse, I think someone asked me this a long time ago when I had my vintage. They were like, well, did you ever think about carrying the original strap and putting the the short strap in your bag in case you want to switch? No, because these long straps are too big to just shove in your bag. And it's not as bad, I think, if you have an older one or you have one that you have a lot of patina on, you're not gonna have to worry about messing it up. But if you get the new one, if you shove it in your bag, part of it's gonna maybe stick out and you're gonna get discoloration. The patina won't be even, or you might get it dirty with the stuff that you have in your bag. So that's a thought too. Anyway, if you have any more questions or comments, just leave them down below. I know I didn't cover everything. I just covered what I could think of. I'm going to include mod shots after this too. So again, if you have any other questions or if you want any more pictures or anything of it, just ask me for pictures or whatever on Instagram and I will gladly send you some if you have any questions on that. But any other questions, leave them down below. If this was helpful whatsoever, give me a thumbs up. And I am going to be doing the full review on the Petit Noe soon. So if you have any more questions for that, leave that down below too, and I'm gonna, I'll definitely look at all of that to answer all those questions as well. I hope that everyone has a wonderful day. Thanks everyone, have a good day.